A very good afternoon and a warm welcome to UBC Lunchtime News on this 17th day of February 2022. I'm Loreen Masika Kazimoto. Now we start off with our first headlining story. This afternoon, 3 civil servants in Chotora Town Council are in trouble for awarding contracts without following the right procedure. Now, during the local accountability meeting held by the Office of the Prime Minister in Chotora Town Council, Minister for General Duties Justin Kasule Lumumba asked the top district leadership to investigate the matter. We have more.
During the local accountability meeting held by the Office of the Prime Minister in Chotora Town Council, the technical team failed to convince the crowd on how the motorcycle was procured at 10 million shillings and also the fencing Kamwanyi Health Centre 3 using old barbed wires at the cost of 7.5 million shillings.
About the motorcycle and the health center, the hospital which we have, the money was exaggerated so that they can have more for themselves. Now that's why we are asking them, why did they do that?
It was discovered that the technical team sidelined the contracts committee in decision-making, something that was rubbished by the town clerk.
Those technical people, the office in Chotora Town Council, used a chance of COVID to utilize themselves as the contractor. At the same time, they are the payee.
We don't have a contracts committee. Contracts committee is at the district. So they just send us contractors, and contractors, I tell you, did their job.
While presiding over the meeting, Minister for General Duties Justin Kasule Lumumba asked the top leadership to investigate the matter.
We have here in Chotora Town Council, the motorcycle was bought at 10 million, but when you look at it, it does not really match. It's not commensurate to the money. And the cow is going to investigate it, and we shall inform. We shall also come back to see that action was taken.
In the same development, councillors of Chotora Town Council accused the District Service Commission for allegedly taking bribes from job applicants.
An inspector of school could pay 20 million shillings to be given that position. And you find a challenge that these people who pay that money, if they reach in the field there, they don't work because they have paid for those jobs.
Chotora District Chairperson confirmed the allegations and asked the victims to report the matter so that the culprits are brought to book.
And people asked money from where? These members of the Research Commission should come up and tell us. So I think as the chairperson, I have already written to the Solicitor General to advise me on how I should handle this issue. But I know we are going to handle it.
This matter attracted the attention of the Minister Justin Kasule Lumumba, who committed herself to see that culprits are brought to book.
But I've advised the RDC, the chairman, LC5, and the cow, this issue must be handled by the three of them. Because you cannot, everybody is crying, is the issue here. Please take action, but we have also promised to come back and help them work on this. Because we cannot accept when we are in leadership.
I'm Nafka Farida and Joseph Okol.
Childhood cancer experts and pediatrics want the Ministry of Health to set up education and learning centers at the cancer medical centers to keep children under care in schools with continuous learning. Now, this message was made as Uganda commemorated International Childhood Cancer Day at Mengo Cancer Institute, a function combined with the World Cancer Day meant to be celebrated on the 4th of February 2022.
Cancer-related diseases remain a daunting task in the world, with the commonest being breast cancer at 14.8%, prostate cancer at 13.15%, lung cancer at 2.4%, colon and rectal at 7.9%, among other types. However, over 600 cases of children aged 18 years and below contract various cancer types.
About 700, between 600 700 new admissions a year at our department. The most common being the leukemias, those are blood cancers.
According to a 2018 report survey made in Uganda, 32,000 new cases contracted cancer, with 21,000 deaths registered out of the 56,238 who had cancer diseases. The global cancer burden is estimated to have risen to 18.1 million new cases and 9.6 million deaths in 2018. 1 in 5 men and 1 in 6 women worldwide develop cancer during their lifetime, and 1 in 80 men and 1 in 11 women die from the disease. Despite the world's efforts to bridge the gap in creating awareness about cancer among children, many people have little or no knowledge about cancer. Nixon Yonzima, working with Uganda Cancer Institute, says only 20% of the 34,000 cancer patients get access to services for screening.
Last year, we had 34,000 new cases of cancer in the country, and only 20% of those patients made it to the Cancer Institute in Mulago. That leaves you with about 80% or 27,000 patients that are not accessing care.
Dr. Joyce Balagade Kambugu, a senior pediatric at Mulago Cancer Institute, says there is still a challenge of Ugandans finding their cancer status late at stages 3 and 4.
Not expect to get very good results when disease is coming in very late. 70% of our children, maybe even 80%, present in stage 3 and 4.
Dr. Charles Onyo, the Commissioner on Non-Communicable Diseases from the Ministry of Health, disclosed the ministry's strategic plan points to defeat cancer. However, there is still a myth where many relate cancer to witchcraft.
And evaluation. This is a very important thing. I've just been talking about data. So we want to monitor the trends of the behavioral risk factors to NCDs in this country. We want to see how the consumption pattern of sugar, for instance. How much salt are people consuming in the country?
If resources are there, immediately we shall copy and paste the HIV plan. And now with the story of cancer, we missed the whole story completely and went to the story of witchcraft.
Dr. Joyce Balagade Kambugu demanded for learning centers to be built at cancer centers to give room for children nursing cancer keeping school.
We need survivorship groups that can support these children. Some of them need rehabilitation. Those who lost a year of school, especially candidate classes or the teenagers. We need to think about continuity of school.
I'm Ivan Juko for UBC News.
Former Prime Minister John Patrick Amama Mbabazi has been endorsed by 6 African countries to head the African Global Security Foundation, whose aim is to offer decision makers independent and strategic insights in dealing with Africa's security threats. African Global Security Foundation is an initiative by 6 African countries whose headquarters are in Senegal. Mbabazi announced the developments of his new task at his Kololo residence in Kampala.
Today, the purpose of this press conference is to issue a press release on the launch of the African Global Security Foundation. This really was launched on February 13th in Dakar, Senegal. I made a very brief statement as we are leaving because the text that I'm giving you now had been agreed, but we needed to get everyone on board. So now what I'm presenting to you, therefore, is the official one. And the central mission of the African Union, and indeed the United Nations, is maintenance of peace and security. This can be accomplished by all parties working together to prevent conflict by creating conditions that allow peace to hold and to flourish. This, in turn, can only be achieved when systems and mechanisms are put in place to determine the existence of threats to peace. The African Global Security has been set up by the founding member states of Congo-Brazzaville, Democratic Republic of Congo, Mauritius, Senegal, Togo, and Uganda. It is, of course, open to all African states who subscribe to its objectives and are willing to participate in it. The Foundation will be giving security briefings to member states through the established organs, provide insights to help members make sense of the changes happening in the region and in the world. This will hopefully contribute to the shaping of member states' foreign and security policies in the increasing dynamic environment and help build a safer and more stable region and world. The primary focus of the Foundation will be on member states' security and international affairs and how to improve the safety of the member states. The international order, as you all know, is undergoing far-reaching and rapid changes. We must find our place in the world where competition has become a key driving force. International politics are being rapidly reshaped. We need to have deep insights into these developments and determine how we, as members of the group, can best navigate the fast-changing international environment. The African Global Security will offer decision makers global, independent, and strategic insights and innovative ideas that advance international peace. We will partly benefit from the available information in open sources, from state agencies, and also have a core group of our own thinkers of diverse disciplines and perspectives. The Foundation will provide analysis and insight on the medium and long-term security threats and provide ideas on the setting up of autonomous capacity that gives resilience against any external threat, as well as protecting and consolidating the members' integrity. The headquarters of the Foundation will be Dakar, Senegal. The Foundation will also, of course, operate from the capitals of member states. And as we speak now, His Excellency Macky Sall, the President of the Republic of Senegal, has already signed the legal instrument to establish this foundation, of course, in Senegal. The chairman of this foundation is Amama Mbabazi. The vice chairman will be Mr. Jean-Yves Olivier, who will also be in charge of international relations. So,
Now, the Chairman General of the National Organization of Trade Unions, NOTU, Asha Wilson Owere, is not happy with the continued harassment and torture of Ugandans working in the Middle Eastern countries. Owere was observing elections and annual general meeting of Uganda hotels, food, tourism, supermarkets and allied workers at Sheraton Kampala Hotel. The outgoing Secretary General, Stephen Mugole, is proud for having recruited over 54,000 members, making it the trade union with the highest membership in Uganda.
Time for lamentation is over. We want now to go straight to issues that affect...
Issues of industrial relations in workplaces have continued to threaten the working population in Uganda and the world over. According to the Chairman General of the National Organization of Trade Union, Asha Wilson Owere, time is now to stop handling workers' issues with gloves.
But we want to take action on issues that are affecting the workers. And that's how we are going to move.
He is urged with the increasing ill treatment of Ugandans working in the Arab world.
The issue of externalization, we are telling the regulator, who is Minister of Labour, that first we want to see a reformed and reorganized system where from Uganda somebody who is going with which company.
The chairman, Notu Wilson Owere, was observing the elections and annual general meeting for Uganda Hotels Food, Tourism, Supermarkets and Allied Workers Union at Sheraton Kampala Hotel, where they unanimously elected Mauku Moses and the new Secretary General. Mauku takes over from Bweri County Member of Parliament Stephen Mugole, who has held the position for 20 years.
We have built good rapport with most of the employers within our sector. And those who have information about how we do things, we have become experts in social dialogue. We have become experts in negotiating collective agreements.
Mauku is however not happy with some of the employers who have failed to respect the rights of workers.
Despite all these efforts, we have employers who continue not to appreciate the importance of the people that they work, and their duty is to continue exploiting these workers.
Mugole says his tenure has enabled the union to sign over 300 collective bargaining agreements.
So we've recruited membership. We have put membership into the union ranks. We've negotiated collective agreements. We have handled grievances with the employers. We have represented workers. I have represented workers at almost every front.
The National Executive Council of the HTA's union also elected 32-member team chaired by Patrick Muzale from Uganda Wildlife Authority.
UBC Lunchtime News takes a short break, but we still have more stories to come. Don't touch your dial.
MBs are now bigger MBs only on MTN. When you load a daily bundle of 250 shillings, you no longer get 15 MBs, you get 25 MBs. For 500 shillings, you no longer get 40 MBs, you get 65 MBs. For 1,000 shillings, it's no longer 100 MBs, it's 165 MBs. Dial *150 *10 hash or use the My MTN app to load bigger daily bundles only on MTN.
Raising voices.
Like other fathers across Uganda, I'm standing up to say no to violence against children. I commit to give my children a violence-free childhood. As fathers, we can make Uganda safer for our children. I promise to speak out when I see violence.
In this time of COVID, what is your promise to the children of Uganda? Because a violence-free childhood is everyone's right. Raising voices.
You know, you could just buy a new smartphone from anywhere in Uganda. Dial *175 *94 hash to activate their 100% double data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles for 3 months. Better yet, you automatically receive free 1 GB valid for 30 days. You are hooked already, aren't you? Enjoy a 100% double data bonus from Airtel. Buy a smartphone from anywhere in Uganda and insert an Airtel SIM card. Dial *175 *94 hash to activate a 100% data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles, valid for 3 months. Dial *175 hash and select your preferred bundle to activate a 100% data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles, valid for 3 months. Airtel, the smartphone network.
It's no secret that ICT makes learning easy.
The strides made in our field couldn't be possible without it.
And now we can watch our favorite shows.
My radio is my best friend.
UCC provides an enabling regulatory environment and policy guidance for healthy competition. We also facilitate ease of doing business in the communications sector through licensing, standardization, spectrum management, tariff regulation, rural communication development, and consumer empowerment. An informed consumer is an empowered consumer. UCC supports local content and innovations. Driving the development of a robust communication sector in Uganda is Uganda Communications Commission.
Start the year off with My Airtel 4G smartphone. You get to enjoy free 1 GB data valid for a month and 100% bonus data every month for 3 months at only 250,000 Uganda shillings. This includes free data spread over 3 months worth 86,500 Uganda shillings, making the effective price of the 4G phone 163,500 Uganda shillings only. Visit the nearest Airtel shop and get one today. Airtel, the smartphone network. COVID-19 is still here with us. As Sheikh Ramadan Muwajjeh, the Mufti of Uganda, states, let us all take the necessary precautions.
Prevention is always better than cure. Let's not go for prayers in mosques, congregational prayers, unless we are masked. Carry your own prayer mat. Sanitize at the entrance. Let's all value the gift of life.
Because of the new COVID-19 circulating variants like Omicron, it is very important for all of us to be fully vaccinated with 2 doses of the same vaccine type. It's only those getting Johnson & Johnson who receive only a single dose to be fully protected.
Even after vaccination, continue to adhere to all SOPs by wearing a mask properly, covering your mouth and nose, washing your hands regularly with soap and clean water or using an alcohol-based sanitizer, maintaining physical distance of at least 2 meters from others and avoiding crowds. Echa COVID-19, chija kugwa. This message is from the Ministry of Health with support from UNICEF and partners.
Your MBs are now bigger MBs only on MTN. When you load a daily band of 250 shillings, you no longer get 15 MBs, you get 25 MBs. For 500 shillings, you no longer get 40 MBs, you get 65 MBs. For 1,000 shillings, it's no longer 100 MBs, it's 165 MBs. Dial *150 *10 hash or use the My MTN app to load bigger daily bundles only on MTN.
Welcome back from the break and thank you for keeping it UBC. And now into the business scene. Uganda Coffee Development Authority team is moving in different areas, sensitizing people on the new Coffee Act. Earlier, the authority met several coffee stakeholders, among these farmers, nursery bed operators, traders and extension workers of Luwera district, and advised them to adhere to the law.
As a measure to improve coffee quality in Buganda and Uganda in general, Buganda Kingdom, together with Uganda Coffee Development Authority, started a campaign of distributing seedlings. Over 10 million trees have been given out to encourage people to grow more coffee.
Growing of coffee has been tested and proven to be an easy source of livelihood for the ordinary people, especially in the villages. And it contributes to the foreign exchange reserves that we get as a country.
To improve on the export, Uganda Coffee Development Authority brought a law that intends to regulate and see that the quality is enhanced through sensitizing coffee stakeholders. The regional manager, Edward Lutakome, clarifies on those supposed to be licensed.
The farmer, the processor, the store owners, the millers, the traders, exporters, all those are registered. But when it comes to licensing, it is only the category of people who are doing coffee as business. For example, those who after farm gate, after the farm. So all those people who are involved in the coffee value chain, like the store owners, operators, and the millers or processors, and above all, even those the coffee shop operators, all those who are doing coffee as a business, to get money from.
The authority has, however, advised farmers to register for easy identification services from the authority.
The farmer should register so that we can know who are those people we are giving service, who are the people giving service, or who are the people who will give us information on coffee, like when we were collecting data, like when we were doing research, so we know, we can know. That's why for them they just register, and registration, like farmer registration, is voluntary.
Operation Wealth Creation has also advised them to get involved in government programs to increase on their income. Some of the extension workers have appealed to the authority to increase on manpower to enable them to reach every farmer.
We cannot reach out to all farmers on their farms because you find there is only one extension worker per sub-county. Yet organizing farmer institutions, they are still very, very weak. So we need to build the capacity of the farmer institutions.
Story by Andrew Sebira for UBC News.
Emyoga beneficiaries in Shemba district are crying foul over some corrupt officials. A district commercial officer has been accused of demanding for a portion of some SACCO funds which beneficiaries are supposed to get. We have more on this report.
A district commercial officer in Shema is being accused of demanding a sum of 2 million shillings from each Emyoga SACCO he consents to benefits. Now the affected SACCOs are demanding for their money back.
District commercial officer kuwabiroza kwe sente abanza yenda ngumba gaining.
The district commercial officer has been charging us about 2 million shillings for him to consent to sign for our documents for funding. We tried to take this matter to the RDC in vain, but now that the State Minister Haruna Kasolo is around, we will try to address it.
Mbwenu bwanyuma yo kureta reportage turukubuza RDC kandi twareba RDC na watatu yamba nikwe kugira ngo minister yizire tumuhereze reportage ngo kutwaje mahereze rizo.
In defense, the commercial officer challenged whoever he charged to access the Emyoga fund to face him right there for a refund. The RDC demanded for immediate investigation into the matter, and if it be true, he be charged for such a corrupt tendency.
In the event of that, and having talked about it for some time, you should go to police service now. Then we have a statement written properly, and action be taken. In even that, to have evidence now, we take him.
On the same tone, State Minister Haruna Kasolo forewarned all those that mismanaged the fund to be ready for the consequences.
That is why we take down all your details from your phone number all the way to your address, so that we know who to charge should anything go wrong.
On the brighter side, the Emyoga program in Shema district has been colorful for some SACCOs. Shema district currently has 54 SACCOs in 3 constituencies with 852 associations with a total of 8,498 members. They got seed capital of 1.7 billion and have so far saved 364 million with a loan portfolio of 2.5 billion shillings. They have so far returned 1.4 billion shillings. 90 SACCO leaders have been trained in basic accounts to support them in record keeping.
Lunchtime News has come to an end, but of course do enjoy the rest of UBC's programming and more so the rest of the afternoon. I'm Loreen Masika Kazimoto. Have yourself a lovely day.